Hi, I'm Vicky. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is a yoga flow which I've put together with people in mind who are runners. So it's going to include lots of really yummy stretches to let go of any tightness or maybe soreness that you could be feeling in the body, but also including some strength and stability building asanas. So I want to get started today in Tadasana, which is Sanskrit for mountain pose, at the top of your mat with your feet hip distance apart. When you get there, go ahead and close the eyes. We'll just take a moment here to center ourselves. Tuning in to how it feels to be standing here with your eyes closed. Maybe you're naturally swaying. Notice how it feels. And then bring your awareness down to your feet. Lift all 10 toes up, spread them wide, set them down. Feeling that connection of the soles of your feet to your mat. Imagining that you've just stepped into footprints in the sand and you're really stepping into those footprints, evenly distributing your weight. And as you do so, maybe you can notice the lift of the arches of your feet. Your attention travels up the legs to the knees, noticing a softness there. There's no hyperextension. Becoming aware of the hips, finding a neutral position with the pelvis. Lightly engage the core. And then bring your awareness up the body to the shoulders as you lift the shoulders up towards the ears and then gently roll them back and down. Noticing how the arms just naturally hang down, slightly in front of the legs. See now if you can bring your chin so that it feels parallel with the ground. And then bring your attention to the top of your head, to your crown. And as you do so, maybe you can feel yourself standing just a little taller, a bit lighter. Tuning in now to the breath. Noticing how your body moves to accommodate each inhale and exhale. A gentle lift of the shoulders and the chest as you breathe in. Noticing them lower as you breathe out. Pausing here for one more inhale, one more exhale, before opening up the eyes. As you inhale, circle the arms up overhead, look up at your thumbs. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips, take a forward fold. So you can bend through the knees as much as feels good here. Let the head be heavy. And then heel toe your feet so they're slightly wider than hip distance apart. And take hold of opposite elbows, coming into ragdoll pose. And you can bend the knees a whole lot here if that feels good. Maybe it feels nice to sway side to side. Breathing into the whole of the back body. Let your hands come down to the mat and slowly rise up to standing. But take it slower than you naturally want to go. Feel your spine unraveling. So your head and your shoulders will be the last things to lift. And then when you get there, heel toe the feet back to hip distance apart, or you can stand with the big toe mounds touching and a slight space between the heels. As you inhale, circle the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, lower the arms, interlacing the hands behind the back. Open your heart as you breathe in. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips once more, coming back to a forward fold, this time peeling the arms away from the back, reaching them towards the ground. As you're ready, slowly rise up. Your hands come back to the base of your spine. Release your clasp. And as you inhale, circle the arms once more. Look up at your thumbs. And exhale, hinge at the hips. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Belly to thighs. As you inhale, lift up halfway. Gaze forwards, bring your shoulder blades towards one another. And then exhale, plant the hands, come onto your knees to a tabletop position with your hips over your knees, your fingers spread wide and your shoulders over your wrists. As you inhale, lower the belly, lift the tailbone, lift your heart, look up. And as you exhale, round the back, tuck the tailbone, tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the tailbone, lift your heart and your gaze. And exhale, round the back, push the mat away. One more each way, synchronizing your movement with your breath. And then coming to a neutral spine. As you inhale, lift your right arm, look up at the right thumb. And as you exhale, thread the needle, bringing your right hand between the space of your left knee and your left wrist, all the way until your right shoulder and your right temple come down to the mat. And you can choose to keep your left hand where it is, or you can gently slide it out in front of you. Bring your left hand back under the left shoulder, push into that hand and lift you up. Your right arm lifts, look up at the thumb, and exhale, float the hand down. We'll take it to the other side. Inhale, your left arm lifts, look up. Exhale, thread the needle, the other side. Left temple, left shoulder come down. Option to slide the right arm out in front of you. Bringing your right hand back under the right shoulder, press into that hand to lift you up. Your left arm lifts, look up at the thumb. Exhale, hand comes down. From here, lower down onto your belly and bring your elbows under your shoulders, coming into Sphinx pose. So lift your heart, bring your chest through. It's as if you're sending your chest forwards. Your glutes fire on to protect the low back. Breathe here. And gently lower down, bringing your hands under your shoulders, move through a tabletop position, and then tuck the toes and sit back as if you're coming into a child's pose. So breathing into the soles of the feet here, stretching the feet, those feet that carry you wherever you like to go. See if you can even lower or bring the pinky toe down to the mat. So if this is really intense, you can come out whenever you need. If it's just uncomfortable, see if you can breathe with it. Breathe into it, let it go. Let go of some of that tightness. And slowly round through to all fours once more. And now begin to tap the tops of the feet down. That should feel really nice after that stretch. From here, engage your core and send your right foot back behind you. Spread the toes and keep your core lightly engaged as you begin to circle the right leg. So your glute is doing all the work here. Your core is engaged to try and keep the low back still. Change directions with your circles. Lower the right knee. Lift the left leg, spread the left toes, same thing here, core is engaged, begin to circle the left leg. Change direction. One more circle and then lower the left knee, tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips. Take downward facing dog. Push the mat away, making sure that your fingers are spread wide, you're evenly distributing your weight across all corners of the hands. Gazing toward your belly button. If you need to have a bend through the knees here, that's totally fine, particularly if you're tight in the hamstrings. Just keep intending to straighten the legs and intending to draw the heels down towards the mat. That's going to help deepen your stretch. Pausing here for one more inhale, one more exhale. And then lowering down onto your knees once more, coming into child's pose. Sitting back on your heels, walk the arms out, bring your forehead down to the mat. Try and make this an active child's pose rather than a relaxing one. So see if you can send your fingertips just slightly further out away from you. Can you press even more into the hands and the forearms? And then from here, spread the fingers wide, press your fingertips into the ground as you lift your palms and lift your forearms. Keep your forehead down on the mat, lift the forearms. Lower the arms down. Inhale to lift the head, rise onto the fingertips. And then as you're ready, slowly walk the hands over to the right, adding in a side body stretch here as you inhale, lengthen, exhale, melt down. Inhale, rise up, slowly walk the hands over to the left this time. And when you get there, inhale, lengthen, exhale, melt. Inhale to rise up, walk the hands back to the center, round through to your tabletop position, and then lift the knees, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Option to walk the feet forward just an inch or two, clarify your foundation. And on your next inhale, lift your right leg high, spread the toes, and then bend the right knee. Allow the hip to open, but see if you can keep your shoulders in line with one another. As you inhale, straighten the right leg, come back to your three-legged dog. And as you exhale, step the right foot through to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift your right arm, look up at the thumb, take a twist. And exhale, float the hand down. Slowly make your way into a high lunge position. Your arms reach up overhead. And as you exhale, send your left arm forward, your right arm back. Look out over your right shoulder, taking a twist here in your lunge. You can choose to stay right here or to float your right fingers down toward your left thigh and reach your left arm up. Breathe. Lift your heart. As you inhale, come back to face the center. And as you exhale, open out into warrior two. So your left foot is now parallel with the short edge of your mat. Your right knee is bent. Gaze out over your right finger, your right middle finger. Breathe. From here, straighten the front leg. Now, if you're somebody that naturally tends to hyperextend, keep just a micro bend through the knee. As you inhale, reach the upper body forwards, and as you exhale, float the fingers down, take Trikonasana, triangle pose. Gaze up at your left thumb, breathe. Thinking about drawing your left hip forwards, your right hip back. From here, look down at your right toes. Float your left fingers down as you bend the right knee and pivot on the back foot. And inhale, open up your right arm, look up at the thumb, coming back to that low lunge twist. As you exhale, float the hand down, step back to a plank position and lower all the way down. As you inhale, lift your chest, come through to a cobra. Peel your heart up. Exhale, lower down. Move through tabletop position, tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Big breath in through the nose, big sigh through the mouth. As you inhale, lift the left leg high, spread the toes, and then bend the knee, open the hip, keeping those shoulders in line as much as you can. Come back to your three-legged dog. And as you inhale, step the left foot through to the front of your mat. On your next inhale, lift your left arm, look up at the thumb, twist. Exhale, float the hand down, rise up to your high lunge. The arms reach up overhead. Big breath in, and then as you exhale, left hand comes back, right arm comes out in front. Look out over your left shoulder. Option to stay here or to continue twisting, bringing your left hand to the right thigh. Your right arm reaches up beyond the ear. Breathe here. As you inhale, come back to face the front. And as you exhale, open up, warrior two on the other side. This time your right foot is parallel with the short edge of the mat. Left knee is bent. Now in warrior two, try and make sure that the bent knee doesn't cave inwards. Instead, keep it tracking over the ankle. When you're ready, straighten the front leg. Inhale, reach forwards with the upper body, and exhale, float the left arm down, coming into Trikonasana on the other side. Look up at the right thumb, thinking about drawing left hip back, right hip forwards. Breathe. Look down at the toes, float your right fingers down, bend the left knee, pivot on the back toes, and as you inhale, open the left arm and look up, twist. Exhale, float the left hand down, step back to your plank position and lower all the way down. Coming into locust pose now, you have two choices here. You can either bring the hands down by your sides with the palms facing up, or you can interlace the fingers, interlace the hands behind you, roll your shoulder blades back. Wherever you are, as you inhale, lift your heart, lift your feet, lift your arms. And you're reaching your hands, your toes, your fingers towards the back of the room. Your glutes fire on, building strength here in locust pose. Keep breathing, using the breath as your energy source. As you exhale, lower all the way down, bring your hands under your shoulders, move through tabletop position, tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Big breath in through the nose, big sigh through the mouth, let it go. Push the mat away even more. Lift the hips even higher. From here, bend the knees, look between the thumbs, walk, step or hop to the front of the mat. As you inhale, lift up halfway, look ahead. Exhale, forward fold, belly to thighs. As you inhale, rise up, circle the arms up overhead, look up. And as you exhale, come into chair pose once more, Utkatasana. Hands are at heart center this time in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. And you can choose to stay right here, building heat. Or for an added challenge, on your next inhale, rise up onto your tiptoes. Keep sitting low, breathe. On your next exhale, lower down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, tiptoes and hold. Exhale, lower down. Last time, inhale, rise onto the tiptoes and hold. Can you come up even higher? And exhale, lower down. As you inhale, rise up, arms reach up overhead, look up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to a plank position, lower all the way down. Coming into that locust pose once more. So taking either option with the hands, either hands by your sides or hands behind your back, interlaced. And as you inhale, lift everything up, breathe. Exhale, release, hands come under the shoulders, moving through your tabletop, tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Pausing here for 5 big breaths. Bend the knees, look between the thumbs, walk, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, circle the arms overhead, look up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. From here, gaze out in front of you. Find a spot that's not moving. That's your drishti. Sending your weight onto your left leg, lift your right knee. Take hold of the knee with your right hand. Your left hand comes to your left hip. You can choose to stay right here with the right knee bent, or you can take hold of the big toe and extend the leg out in front of you. Wherever you are, try not to lean. Try and stand nice and tall and breathe. You can choose to stay right here, or for an added challenge, begin to send your leg out to the right and your gaze to the left. No worries if you wobble. And slowly come back to the center. Release your bind if you're holding the toe. Keep the right knee lifted. Open your arms out to a T. And then from here, cross the right knee over the left leg. And then cross the right arm under the left arm, coming into eagle pose. If this is too much for the arms, you can just bring the forearms together. Sit low, breathe. Slowly unravel the arms, unravel the legs, hug the right knee into the chest, spread the right toes, and gently release, shake it off. Great work. Coming to the same thing on the other side, so find your drishti once more. Begin to shift your weight onto your right leg this time as you lift your left leg. Same option here, option to keep the knee bent or to take hold of the big toe. You can choose to stay here, facing the front, or you can send the leg to the left, your gaze to the right. Keep breathing. No worries if you wobble. Slowly bring it back to the center. Release your bind. Find eagle pose on the other side. So wrapping your left leg over the right, and then left arm comes under the right arm. Breathe. Imagining that if there was a mirror in front of you, your elbows and your knees would be in line with one another. Slowly unraveling the arms, unraveling the legs, hug the left knee in towards the chest. Gently release, shake it out. Inhale, circle the arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, come to sit down with the knees bent and the soles of the feet touching. And you can choose here if you want to make a diamond shape with the legs out, the feet out in front of you, or if you want to draw the heels closer in to the pelvis, whatever feels best for you today. But wherever you are, wrap your hands around the feet with the thumbs on the soles. And inhale, sit nice and tall, lengthen the spine. Exhale, melt forward. You can use your elbows to open up the knees, open up the feet. Breathe. Slowly rise up. Keeping the knees bent, bring the soles of your feet to the outside edges of your mat. As you inhale, sit tall, bringing your hands and your arms to the inner thighs. And then as you exhale, walk your upper body forwards, coming into a forward fold variation here. Breathing into the back of the hips. Focusing on your exhales to unravel any knots or any tightness. Let it go. Walk the hands back towards the body, come to sit tall. And then make your way to a supine position, lying on your mat, on your back. Your left leg extends long. Lift your right leg up. Take hold of the leg wherever is accessible to you. Make sure you have a gentle tuck of the chin here to protect your neck. And just gently use your arms to guide the leg closer towards the face. Getting a really great hamstring stretch here. Maybe notice how it feels to point and flex the foot. And you can choose to stay right here, or for an added core strengthener, as you inhale, lift your head towards the right knee and hold. Lower down, bend the right knee. Use your left hand to pull that right leg over the body. Open your right arm out to the right. Your gaze follows, taking a twist here. And then guide yourself back to lie on your back. Extend your right leg. Lift the left leg, taking hold wherever you can, and gently guide that leg in closer towards the face, towards the body. Incorporating that flex and point movement with the foot, noticing how that feels. And if you're feeling discomfort here, really focus on the exhales. Send the breath to where it feels tight. Option to stay right here. Or as we do on the other side, as you inhale, lift your head towards the knee and hold. Gently lower down, bend that left leg, use your right arm to pull the leg up and over the body, open your left arm out to the left, turn your head to look out over the left shoulder. Breathe here, just let gravity do its thing. Feeling that natural pull of the left shoulder and the left knee down towards the earth. Gently guide the leg back as you come to lie on your back, coming into our last shape of the day, Shavasana. Take your feet nice and wide, give yourself plenty of space. Your arms come off the mat with the palms facing up. Go ahead and close the eyes, take a big breath in through the nose, fill the lungs all the way up to the top. Exhale through the mouth with a big sigh. Feeling yourself grow heavy, totally relaxed, letting your body soak up all the good work that it's just done. And if thoughts come, see if you can let them just pass on by. No need to give them any of your attention. Just let them come and then go. As we pause here in relaxation, and I'll let you know when Shavasana is complete. Begin to invite a deeper breath into the body as you begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Before slowly taking your time to roll over onto one side, you can keep the eyes closed for now. And then make your way to a comfortable seat on your mat with the eyes closed and your hands at prayer position in front of your heart. Taking a moment to find some gratitude for your commitment to your practice, to your well-being and your health, to your body for all the good things it does for you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.